Hello and welcome back to the Crystal Lightworkers podcast. In this series, Crystals and the Subtle Energy of Life, we'll explore subtle energy, crystals, and how they interact with your personal field. Today, we're focusing on how crystals interact with your aura, that luminous, energetic field surrounding your body, and why certain crystals feel different depending on who you are and what you need. By the end of this session, you'll have a clearer understanding of the aura, how crystals resonate with it, and how you can begin working consciously with them to balance and protect your energy. So what is the aura? The aura is an energetic field surrounding every living being. Think of it as a soft halo of light, constantly flowing and shifting based on your emotions, thoughts, and physical state. It's often described in layers, each corresponding to different aspects of your being. The physical layer reflects your overall health and vitality. The emotional layer, colors change with moods and feelings. And in the mental layer, it's shaped by thoughts and beliefs. Then we have the astral or higher heart layer, which is linked to the wisdom of the heart. It's linked to intuition and to higher guidance. The next layer we speak about is the causal or karmic layer, which is linked to understanding life lessons. So it's almost like your spiritual guru. And then we have the celestial layer. The celestial layer is that deep connection with the higher aspect of yourself. It's the closest link that you have to your soul and its reasoning for being here on earth. We then have the etheric seal. The etheric seal is a beautiful seal of light that individualizes us. Think of it like a membrane of light that encases the field of energy that creates the reality that we have. I see it like a raindrop. Imagine in my mind's eye that the raindrop has got a very fine, thin membrane holding the H2O inside of it. And it's iridescent in colour, as is the aura. The raindrop displays the light and shines different colours through depending on how the light is shining on the raindrop. And it's exactly the same in the aura. The iridescence of the colours is dependent on how well we shine our light. So we exist inside the so-called raindrop, and we react to the light that is within us and the light in the outside world. Now, some people can see aura colours, while others feel them as warmth, tingling, or subtle pressure. Even if unseen, your aura is very real and very dynamic. I'm fortunate I can often see the auric colours, and they're the ones that I see anyway, and others may be different, but the ones that I see are more in the spectrum of iridescent. They're sharper, like when you look at the light of a rainbow and you see the magenta, the orange and the red, and so very much in keeping with those colours. The aura is also communicative. Walking into a room, you can feel the energy left behind by others. You can also feel someone's presence. And they used to say, people would say that somebody has an air about them. And it can be a good air, like they have an air of regality or an air of a wise one. But you can also feel if somebody's energy is undesirable. That means that they are going through a vibration that you do not want to resonate with. All of these different airs or energy presences are very, very real and aids our intuition when we interact with them. So ignoring these sensations can lead you into harm's way. An experience I had once was when I met a man who kept coming into our shop when we had a shop and relaying his desire to become a woman. Now, he was not very comfortable within himself, and I was picking up on his uncomfortable energy, and I ignored it. My mind told me to be a kind and open person to everyone and relax. My intuition was saying this is not nice, just pull away. But I didn't. I followed what my mind said a good person would do, and I aimed to relax into it all. But it didn't end well. This man, one day when he came into the shop, shut the door of the shop and locked it and locked me in with him, and began making very suggestive sexual suggestions to me, which were not appropriate and not a pleasant experience at all. I did manage to get help, and he was removed from the shop. But after this, I learned how valuable the intuition is. And if we don't listen to our intuition and we let our head get in the way of what our intuition is telling us, then it can actually not be beneficial for us. So feeling drawn to someone can reflect energetic resonance, like when we fall in love, when we feel an affinity with someone. Sometimes I've met people and they feel like family, and other times I've met people and felt we're a million miles apart. Your world and my world are so different that I'm not really comfortable with you, and I can see you're not really comfortable with me, and that is okay. That is okay. We don't have to be liked by everyone, and we don't have to like everyone. And other times I have a conversation with people and I lose track of time, and I realize that we are on the same wavelength. We are interested in the same things. We are stimulated by a similar interest, and there is a good resonance. So if you feel drained after certain interactions with people, this shows that your energy is being pulled or disrupted. This is another scenario when the mind is telling us what a good person should or should not do. As a child, we often would have said their truth and just walk away. I'm bored and I don't want to be drained by this person. Whereas as adults, we have formulated expectations of ourselves and expectations of good and bad, and quite often we are told it is rude to just walk away when somebody is draining us. So finding a way to be comfortable with ourselves and walk away when somebody is draining us to replenish our energy is not actually rude. It is being mindful of your own auric field and being kind and saying, thank you so much, I'm afraid I have to go now. Not being rude to the person, but just cutting it short. Now, if you do find that you're one of these people that has your energy drained, the way to replenish your energy field is to use orange calcite or honey calcite, because that will draw your awareness back to you. Because what's happening when you're being drained is that somebody is stealing your energy. They're drawing your focus, your awareness into their world and feeding on the energy of the awareness that you're putting into their field. So if you want to work through being an empath and learning how to put boundaries in place, another great crystal for this is blue lace agate that will help you set and see where boundaries are required. Crystals interact with the aura. They work on the physical level, but they work on the physical level because they access the vibratory resonance within your auric field, which gently denses down, or sometimes not so gently, denses down into the physical form. So how do crystals resonate within the aura? Every crystal has a unique vibratory frequency shaped by its structure, the mineral composition, and the energy of its formation. So if you've listened to any of my other podcasts, you'll know that the way a crystal is formed is going to give you a really good idea or indication as to what that crystal is capable of offering frequency-wise. Your aura is like a tuning fork, so when your energy is out of alignment, a crystal's stable frequency can help bring it back into coherence. So think of it this way, your aura is like a radio with static. Your thoughts, emotions and environmental influences add interference as well. But the crystals act like a signal booster, helping your energy flow more smoothly. Crystals resonate with the aura in several ways. They amplify energy. So clear quartz can intensify your own vibration. So if you're like, I don't know what's wrong with me, you can't hear, then the intuition will be intensified by the clear quartz, and you'll begin to feel and sense and know what is right for you. It amplifies, it magnifies. Now, if it's magnifying a fear or an insecurity, then you can allow that to surface, to explore and find out how you can release that insecurity or that fear within you. Now, crystals will also balance you. If you don't want to amplify the energy with clear quartz, then you might want to balance it. And those crystals are jade, aventurine, amazonite. Mainly the green spectrum will harmonize uneven patterns. So harmonizing means helping you be in harmony with anything that is uncomfortable within your life. And when you become comfortable with the uncomfortable, it gives you the opportunity then to explore, should you desire to explore what has created that pattern within you. And when you clear it ancestrally, not just for yourself. Protecting your energy. So if you feel threatened on any way, and most of the time we're protecting ourselves from our own mental thought patterns, but if you do, even, if somebody is threatening you, it's your mental thought pattern of that person is threatening me that is creating the reality that you're experiencing. But we'll not go into that too much. But protecting your energy from, whilst you make these transitions into these finer vibrations, a good crystal is black tourmaline, smoky quartz, hematite, or obsidian, will all shield against unwanted energies so that you can stabilize and do your internal exploration of what is creating these insecurities, what is creating the fear, etc. Stimulating intuition. So if you are looking at stimulating your intuition, often students will say to me, I don't feel, I don't sense, I don't see, I don't have any intuition. I just like crystals. Well, the reason you like crystals is because you have intuition and you have got everything that you think you haven't got. All you need to do is highlight what you have got so that you can become more aware of it, because it's so often inbuilt that it's been with us from birth, so we don't recognize it as being anything extraordinary. We naturally do it, and it's not until you realize that other people don't naturally feel the vibration of crystals, or feel this crystal feels nice, I want to carry it with me, or this crystal looks lovely and it is something that's making me feel or whatever, and that's your intuition. And if you want to develop your intuition, then you might want to use carnelian, labradorite, or moonstone to open subtle channels of guidance within your auric field. Different crystals resonate with different aura layers as well, mainly because of the density of the signal it is emitting. So on the physical level, one of the crystals that I find is really good is jasper or carnelian. Now, the red ray is mainly associated with the physical layer because it is the longest traveling wave but the slowest frequency, so it helps you get densed down into the actual physical form of who you are experiencing in this life. The rose quartz energy and the rhodonite energy are really good for the emotions. So rhodonite helps clear trauma from the emotions. Often people, I don't want to revisit some of these traumatic emotions that I've been through. Well, rhodonite will bring them to the surface, but in a different context. It will be like, oh, yes, I remember this trauma, and it softens it and releases it for you. So you don't actually have to experience it in its wholeness. You just acknowledge it and it is absorbed into the rhodonite. Rose quartz is a really good one on an emotional balancing energy because it helps find that mother within you. On a mental layer, you have fluorite, stitchite, amethyst. These are all crystals that will help you with your mindset. So stitchite produces a very kind internal mind. I love working with stitchite. It's a purple crystal. It's very soft, and it works really, really well, changing your inner voice to a kind, supportive, gentle inner voice. Fluorite is a really good crystal with the mindset because it helps you to, it grows in cubic formation. So it helps you box things. It helps you be organized. It helps you move fluidly through life. So it's like a fluid organization. And it's wonderful. I love fluorite. Amethyst is really good on the mindset because it helps you stop overthinking. It cleans your mind. So if you have any what I call dirty thoughts, and I don't mean sexually dirty, although maybe, but I'm talking about thoughts that are unclean, that are harming your energy as opposed to healing your energy. So when you're saying to yourself, I'm not good enough, or, there is lack in the world, or they'll never love me, or any kind of thought that is detrimental to you, amethyst will purify those thoughts and help you live in the cleaner thoughts of, well, why not me? And, well, I can do this. And it brings through that nice I can mindset as opposed to I can't mindset. And on the spiritual levels, we mentioned that we have the higher heart, the celestial, the karmic, and the etheric. On those three levels, you might be wanting to look at selenite, howlite, apophyllite, or golden topaz, because those are crystals that will heighten your vibration to work in those finer fields and use your intention to access them. So, recognizing the crystal interactions. So, how do we tell if a crystal is working in your auric field? So, there are subtle energies and sensations that may appear. So, you may get tingling in your body, in your hands, your arms, or in your torso, warmth or coolness on the skin, a lightness or an expansiveness in your chest or head. Emotional responses brings a calmness. You notice nothing's happened because I now feel calm, whereas I didn't feel calm previously. And a lot of times some people who are experiencing crystals for the first time have said, no, I didn't really feel anything. And I'm like, good, you felt something. And they're like, no, I felt nothing. And I'm like, good, you felt something. Nothing is something. A lot of people are so lost in the mind chatter and the turbulence of the life, the chaos of the life that we live in, that when they feel nothing, they've stabilized their frequency into the 0 point polarity, the now, where there is no thing. They've let go of the chaos, they've let go of the trauma, they've let go of whatever, and they've experienced a nothingness. So if you experience nothing, you have experienced something. So the mental shifts that can come through is that you start thinking clearly, you start making decisions more easily, and you have increased vitality. So when you're choosing crystals for your aura, then you need to ask yourself, do I feel emotionally unstable or drained? Am I mentally scattered or foggy? Am I blocked or disconnected from my intuition, which is your heart, wisdom? Am I in need of protection from external energy? And self-inquire by asking some of these questions. So when you're cleaning or charging your crystals for optimal resonance, crystals should be energetically cleared to remove any impregnation. So crystals do hold resonance within them. And if somebody's been using a crystal or it's been housed in a place where the energy is not too clever, you do not want that in your energy field. So it's advantageous to clean and charge your crystals regularly. So cleansing methods include water, smudging, sound, and we have a free video for you to watch on our YouTube channel on cleansing and charging, giving you lots of information on ways of cleansing and charging and making sure that you cleanse appropriately for your crystal. Also, charging, people get confused with charging. Charging is really important that you choose a compatible energy with your crystal when you're charging it. So let's just take, for example, sunlight or moonlight. Exposure recharges the energy to sunlight or moonlight. So make sure you're using compatible energy. Do not put sunstone to charge in the moonlight, because it's wrong. It's the wrong energy. You don't want the moonlight charging your sunstone crystal because it's not appropriate. So we do go into all that on the YouTube video, and I'm sure that it will be advantageous for you to work out the kind of energy. So petrified wood would be great to put in the forest, in the tree area, to charge it back with the energy. And there's lots of little examples of how to charge your crystals with the correct frequency on the YouTube channel. So a simple aura and crystal practice. Sit comfortably with your closed eyes. Take a few steady deep breaths. Hold your crystal that feels right for your current needs, and imagine your aura as a soft glow surrounding you. Visualize the crystal's energy blending gently with your aura, soothing and smoothing any rough edges in your energy field and enhancing balance. Sit with this energy so that you can integrate it for 2 to 5 minutes minimum. And just notice any warmth, any tingling or lightness. Now, it may take a while to change your frequency, your perception of reality or whatever, and that might need you sitting quietly, meditating with your crystal on a regular occurrence until you notice that you have integrated the shift that you're looking to integrate. Okay, so in conclusion, your aura is a living dynamic field that reflects your body, your mind, and your spirit. Crystals interact with it gently, harmonizing, protecting, and supporting your energy. Stay tuned for the next discussion on our crystals and the subtle energy of life, where we'll explore energy blockages, how to detect them, and how to release them. Thank you so much for joining me today, and share this episode with others if you feel that it will help them, or leave a review to help others discover subtle energies and crystals. So until next time, stay aware, stay open, and let your energy flow freely.